There's two words that have become my, my overused metaphysical words for 2010. They are authenticity, which I think I just covered a little bit here with my pillows. And the other one is oneness. Oneness has become a cliche. We all talk about the oneness. The oneness, I just, again, figured out, is not an intellectual concept. It's a feeling. It's a knowing. It's a recognizing that I can, if I choose, see the presence of God in every single face I see, in every situation, in every circumstance. Absolutely recognize that this is God unfolding as my experience, and as God unfolds as my experience, what can be bad? In every situation, every circumstance that I encounter this day, I absolutely know clearly that it is serving in some way, shape, or form my greatness and my highest good. And if I can recognize that in every moment of every day, doesn't matter what it looks like. Some of it doesn't look so hot, does it? Some of it looks like unemployment. Some of it looks like foreclosure. Some of it looks like people cutting me off in traffic. But the truth is, in some way, shape, or form, I don't need to intellectualize that, which is what we all do, right? We got to figure that all out. We have to find where's the good in that. You know what? It's none of your business. It's there. Just know that. Feel that. Recognize that it's always serving you. The divine is always serving you in all that unfolds. And in some way, shape, or form, this is a whole other talk, but in some way, shape, or form, everything that happens in my life, I've called in. I've called it all into me to be my experience. Now, I may not have consciously thought in terms of that. I told you the story last time about the leaky condo that we own. The guy upstairs left his tub on. I don't know how that even happens, but the guy left his tub on. And the first question is, exactly how's that serving my good? But you heard the story afterwards. A lot of things unfolded that in the end, Lisa and I came out on top of that entire deal. It was pretty amazing. There are three things I want to tell you. Meditation is the beginning of daily practice. What I create as my daily practice becomes what I practice daily. That's a much bigger thing. Stop and think about that. My daily practice is my connection to the divine. And if I build that, if I add to that, whatever it is, okay, I have meditation, I have affirmations, prayer work, journaling, gratitude lists, whatever, chanting, whatever those things look like to you to build your daily practice. Daily practice, by the way, can also include what are you putting in your body for nutrition, exercise. That's all part of daily practice. And as I embody all of that as my daily practice, I can't help but take that into the world. It becomes what I practice daily. And what I practice daily eventually becomes what? How I live my life. I ask the question again, how many bad days can you have living a life like that? So the three things I want to tell you is that it doesn't have to be complicated. It starts with a willingness. I have to be willing. Now make a distinction here between willingness and willpower. Two different things, okay? Willpower is a battle that I set up between me and me. Who wins that one? Me. There you go. Willingness is a desire. Willingness is a desire to do whatever it takes to make the next move. That's willingness. Very different concept than willpower, obviously. The next piece, though, is discipline. Discipline has become one of my favorite words. If I asked you right now, give me a definition of discipline. Structure. I asked that question in the young adult ministry at Mile High, and the response I got blew me away. I asked the question, and this young lady went, yes. Discipline. Right? That's the belt after you lied to dad. You know, that's discipline. But it's interesting to me. The word discipline, the root word for the word discipline is disciple. And a disciple is someone who is practicing a particular set of principles for their benefit. But take that a step further. The Latin root word for disciple is discipulus. Discipulus means pupil. And the root word for discipulus is discere, which means to learn. Now all of a sudden discipline is a whole new meaning to me. All of a sudden it's very, very different, isn't it? I am a pupil of my own life. I am a student of my own life. I am learning to do the next thing that moves me forward, the next thing that betters me in my existence. That's discipline. And the third piece of the puzzle is practice. Everyone in this room is good at certain things, right? You all have skills, right? How many of you got them by some lightning strike of brilliance or some epiphany? You practiced, right? The things you're good at, you practiced at. Anybody remember the old joke? The tourist in New York City runs up to the cab completely out of breath. He jumps into the back seat of the cab and he says, "How do I get to Carnegie Hall?" And the cabbie says, "Practice, practice, practice." It's how we get to be good at anything. It's how we get to raise our game to the next level. And again, go back to the idea of daily practice becomes what I practice daily, becomes how I live my life. Practice. It's how it works.